And now we've got another team over at Stark Industries looking so good, and it is. It's 6th game, still uncontested. I just don't even know what to say about this. We've talked about it so much today. We'll have to see tomorrow whether it continues. I have to think it won't, but at the same time, I didn't think they were going to get it 6 games in a row to themselves anyway. So look at all the loot they have. They have so much loot that he's leaving behind Chug Splashes, or again, he's going to maybe throw the mini and carry them. He has 8 Chug Splashes. There are so many teams on this map right now who are splitting 2 minis, a bandage, and maybe a med kit if they're feeling good as well. So this team, you can see why they're in 2nd place. They have such a big advantage off drop, and that's what these team game modes bring, Monster. Solos and duos, you can change it up. You can kind of like go somewhere else. You have the backup plans. Reese talked earlier today, and same with Zeke about backup plans, but in trios, it's hard to have one.
And oh man, we talk about having a backup plan. The question is, does Zate, Saf, and Stretch have one? I don't think so. They've already tweeted out. They've already messaged. They're staying here till the wheels fall off. Let's see if their wheels fall off this time around, as Durant's got that LMG. So yes, it looks like they took control of the early positioning on the Volt, and they just get wiped up. And that's that mental fatigue that we spoke about. They're definitely on tilt. 3 games in a row now, bested at the drop, and the one before that, I mean, they still lost to the Stormline. So that story's continuing, and right now it's not going in the favor of the old blood. It's the new blood that's stepping up. It's a battle, though. It's Paper, Chaotic, and Haas who have the high ground here. And their other team, Presto, Hungry, and Paris, they're scrambling. They're all split up, too. So a little bit of a mix-up, a little bit of a shake-up for both sides. Both of them controlling a lot of territory spread out. This is all going to come down to who gets dived on first, though. Oh no! And it's hard to miss right there. The quick barrel stuff from Paris there. He's going to go ahead and fill that man up and get him out of there. Just like that. It's the 4th elimination. So looks like a bit of a drawn out fight here that gone all in the favor of Presto, Hungry, and Paris. Because think about it. They had all the elims, but also they were there for quite some time, and they're still a full man trio. Talk about big fights. This one's going down for the 2nd game in a row now. It's Clicks. It's Bizzle. It's Illis. One of the most decorated veterans on the scene. Clicks and Bizzle recently banding back up after some big trio splits. Now they're looking to do and find success here today. And Xset's going to be the team that gets wiped up here, Aussie. They just got dropped for the 2nd time, though, because remember, this is a fight that happened in the previous game. So it looks like Clicks and crew were comfortable. We're going to be the type of team that was going to land at retail and take a battle there, but they're playing some shambles drops, and it's just not working. But finally, though, maybe P-God's got something going for himself, because that's a massive shot into Sumner.
And they're a good team that has a lot of fighting potential, but yeah, just haven't kind of found their drop spot, I guess. Haven't found their purchase, and it's what's going to be the test. They've got 4 weeks, like we said. This is 3 weeks of qualifiers and the finals, so every week will be a little bit different. Again, they didn't have that time to prepare for today. They were just like, where do we go? This drop might work, and they keep trying out what's working. Tonight, I'm expecting this team to hit the VODs, go back into the compete tab, go to the tournament, go to the leaderboards. You guys can access this as well, and you can watch the replays of the games, and that's what they're going to be looking at to see, hey, where is a better spot? Because whatever we're doing isn't working, as we see Glace go down, a team that we were getting really excited for. Ronaldo Sway, unfortunately, that's their day 1 over and done with. Another team that maybe has to hit the VODs and figure out something different. And they're only 81 above Surge as well, so they don't want that to start ticking while they have this fight. They want to break through the fight. They've got the crash pads, and this is one of the scarier trios to fight toe-to-toe. Obviously, AV being such a scary controller player, one of the best solo players out there as well. Had a really dominant performance with Chap, where he really made a name for himself as his duo partner of just picking up eliminations and making it look so effortless, as Tabs, Joji, and Knife are maybe pushing away, but realizing they can't, as AV has to push up here, and this is a risky one. 36 above. They got to move soon. The bounce pads come out. He's straight in. That's exactly what AV's known for. They're trying to set up the bounce pad rotate, and he gets in, and unfortunately he didn't have the follow-up. Shark and Knight were a little bit too slow to get in with him, so 1v3, it doesn't matter how good you are, that's usually going to end exactly how it is now, with being eliminated. Yeah, they're going to have to kind of reset and see what they're going to do tomorrow. They've had so much practice with their drop spot, and oh, was that Was that a headshot snipe out of the car? Is that what they're pushing up? I think
snipe.
it was.
Oh my gosh.
Out of the backseat window. That was such a big pickup. TJ, he's going big right now. A team that I've been hyping up as placement warriors. Still at this point, having average placement now, slipping back a little bit to 15th, but getting the elimination on the board here is such a stylish way to do it. And now this base is theirs. It's just, but they're right above Illis, Clicks, and Bizzle. Not a team you want to be based up right next to if you're going to start making moves, because they're definitely going to watch that and kind of push in and pursue that. But really nice fight. And again, we're seeing these cars come into things with this new season, the new meta of rotating in the cars. And again, it leaves you as a pretty vulnerable target, but it does block a lot of angles, especially some of the cars that you see that have the back ends blocked out like the trucks. Once you get past the team, they can't shoot you through the windows anymore.
That was ridiculous right there. The driving snipe, the big hit, the dive on, and that team, like you said, they were placement based. They were placement based coming into today as well, with the best average placement from averaging about third place. So a little bit of a slip up, but 15th is still not bad, not at all. They're very much on track to qualify through to the grands here.
No, yeah. If you're going to put money on someone to get a pop-off game, they've got to be right up there on your list. And I know Shai was watching eagerly, seeing how they can do it, but he's had confidence in them. There's another day in tabs.
Wow.
Just absolutely beamed by Bizzle. The triple spray is enough to break through. Even the brick walls maybe needed to be metal. It is. If you time those triple sprays, you've got 3 players with ARs, Illis, Clicks, and Bizzle with good aim. You can hit some good shots like that, and that's a big elimination. And not only do they get the knock, they get the finish before they can push in there. And now the lobby spray comes out. If any other team gets involved and starts shooting at this other team as well, Tabs is going to have to have felt the sting from that one. Oh, and they hit the crash pad, rotates. A scary one. The bounce pad crash pad sends you far, but it sends you far in the sky. So right now, anyone with good aim can really apply some damage. It's been seen time and time again that in that rotate, you can get taken out of the sky before you even land, but they get the high ground position on the half-half. They're looking really good, and we talked about pop-off potential. They are going for a pop-off game. That is the play you make when you want to make a statement. They could have easily just rotated in, walked in, or done a normal crash pad and not gone high. They wanted to go for high. That is what their sights are on, Monster. They're saying, hey, we don't care. There's 6 games tomorrow. We want to get in there now. We're not finishing day 1 at this point. We're not happy with where we are on the leaderboard. They want to jump in that at least top 5, potentially maybe with a really good game here.
Right, and right underneath them is Doom's Domain's loot. So it's all that mythical loot, that Dr. Doom's gauntlet, and of course the mystical bomb is sitting right underneath this trio that now has the new high ground. The difference though, as you mentioned, you can get punished for making that big rotate across the sky. The difference for this squad is that they did it and they knew the risk, so they were hit firing weapons well in advance. That announces they're coming, but it also announces that, hey, we're here to fight, right? So they're gonna build and block out, and it works out. And now they have high ground. This is their free reign to pressure down. 4 eliminations for them, Aussie.
Champion went down in the feed as well, so that's your second place team. That their kind of pressure has been limited now, so it's looking like it might be a story of Bucky, Kriya, Kanata versus Zexer and Macwood and Calc. Normally I wouldn't be that confident of calling out entire trios, but time and time again today we've seen full trios make it to endgame and have this like finish off of the Battle of Titans, and they get knocked out. The whole massive base gets knocked out. There is no way they saw that coming. Calc gets knocked, Zexer gets knocked, Macwood's the only one who can catch himself. Acorn, it's your boys being cheeky enough to break out the whole build, and I think they almost get a triple kill from that. Oh my gosh.
Macwood down to 6 HP. He was also sent flying into the storm line because he crash pad to catch himself. And just like that, we went from the Cinderella story almost nearly unfolding, and all of a sudden more problems and issues have come. Talking about that, Acorn's gonna fall to Zexer there in the feed. So yes, it was the same team just nearby. Looks like a shot was enough to go ahead and convert onto something, but oh my gosh, that is not a pretty sight, not at all there. Let's see how it's going to work out though, as Macwood now at 6 eliminations needs a siphon badly here. That's going to be 1 tag and a shield crack, but not enough to go ahead and finish off. Instead though, he's going to cross here now. Macwood has a nasty shotgun shot. I think people sleep on him. If you ever see him do his creative fights, he will hit these. So as a solo dolo player, no, it's not going to be enough. The AR shot's going to wrap him up. He's out of there.
But it's looking like it's going to be Jacques, Acorn, and Slacks that are going to be the trio that close this out, because I also saw, I think I saw Kanata go down in the feed, so it's going to be a story of duos, because we have Aspect, Pen, and Zunis, though. They're pushing their way through, cannot count them out, but Acorn, Slacks, and Jacques, we haven't seen them too much on the high ground today, Monster. This is going to be interesting to see this part of their gameplay, and can they close it out as Snake, Tragics, and Simple, someone who's kind of just been around those points. They're up there, but this is their chance to finish off day 1 with an easy top 5 if they can close this out. Already 5 eliminations on the board. We have 13 teams remaining, 26 players as Smack goes down in the feed, and they're just trying to control this mid-ground layer.
Yeah, and they don't have good control of it because all the low ground teams are firing up, so they need to put a little bit more respect on it. And it's not going to happen, not without heavy material. They are building on wood, so you know the focus is going to be coming in soon. They turn their focus down, though, find themselves a major frag. They're going to jump in, grab all that loot. I saw the mystical bomb there, so that has to be the Renton team. They're out of the game now. It's going to change hands. In the mid ground, though, still, Simple, Snake, Tragic, trying to make what's due, trying to make the best of the situation. And we just talked about the mystical bomb coming in. They're actually going to do a little bit of a friendly hit there, and oh my gosh, Simple just trying to make something happen here. It's every man for themselves.
He's got that epic pump, and like I said, it has that 200 damage potential, so he's making his way through with it. Simple trying to get here. He also has the harpoon. It does one-shot fully built wood wall, so he can kind of jump in and jump out and be a little bit more mobile than someone who doesn't have it, as they're kind of making their way through here in the low and mid ground. They've been so dangerous in this position. Some teams dominate from the high ground when they have control. Some teams like this, they love the scrappiness. They love the fights, finding those angles and getting those big shots through. But unfortunately, these builds are going to run out soon. The builds are on fire. They need to do something big, because that high ground team is the one that's in the position to close this out, as Vix now falls too, but never mind. Simple is putting on a clinic right now with this purple pump. He is doing so well, finding his way through as Tragic keeps building him in there. He keeps finding his way through. Simple takes over the build, and we have Jacques on the high ground.
It's follow-up after follow-up from Simple down here in the low ground. They had 57 points coming into this, and you know he's done gapped that even more so now as they continue to stay alive here. 5 eliminations for him alone. It's going to make 11. Make that 12. Bye-bye, Booga. But that's okay. 12 is huge for the team there. On high ground, though, of course, Jock, in good textbook fashion, is walking across as Acorn is in the 1v1 versus Avery. It's a 2v1 situation. All Acorn has to do is buy himself some time here, Aussie.
He's going to drop the mythical bomb. There's no way he loses this 2v1 situation. It'd have to be such a strong performance from the low ground, but never mind. I spoke too soon, but no, Acorn does just manage to win it. Your team finishing up huge, Monster.
47 points. 47 points. I'll say it again. Between third and fourth. That's such a huge difference between this. That's pretty incredible. These three teams up at the top have had some really nuts consistency. Average place of third, 5.5 and 4.83 respectively.